Ain't no point in making it wait. Like I'm actually kind of tired. It's funny. Usually I'll just go to bed. But tonight I was prancing about, just skipping through. Don't forget to hit the like on your way in. And it's kind of interesting. Because I've noticed like there's a lot of there's just a lot of unrest in so many different places, you know. It's funny. You know, a lot of people, they're just really caught up in foolishness and weirdo-ness. And I'm so glad I finally got the forward done for the Audible book. You guys, you should really, hey, what's going on, everyone? It's been a while since we've, hung out late night. And honestly, I'm so tired. I am, and I was like having allergy stuff going on. I got my little Tupac on in memory of Tupac. Salute to Auntie Leah. And hip hop is a graveyard, you know, and her pulling that off and pulling the community together. I should probably bring the light a little closer, but I really don't want to. And please don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to, if you want to participate, join, become a member. So, I mean, they don't make it easy though. They really don't. They be giving help. I'm in bed. I know a lot of people don't think I have a bed. I know a lot of people think I'm homeless. I know a lot of people think I don't live anywhere. But the truth is I do. I do. Kitchen that people have. It's weird, but you know, they don't have no food. Let them eat cake. No, I don't know. I guess I'm feeling a little nostalgic tonight. You know, as we reshape and revamp and grow this channel, because this is our community channel. This is a channel where people get to know me and the community, and you know, you guys get to come together and all of that. You know, maybe I'll take. It's been so long since I've done a shower session, but I don't really want to do a shower sessions anymore. Not that I have a problem with it. It's just, I don't know. Just so much I could say, but I won't. So anyway, rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. I know, and like sinus infections suck, and it's the desert. And I gotta keep remembering that just because I'm sweating doesn't mean that I'm not dehydrated. And I swear to God, like the desert in the summertime, you will still get ashy. You could be sweating and ashy at the same time. That's how confusing the desert is. But, you know, today I wore my Crenshaw by Nature t-shirt. I had a really interesting sit down with Joker and Rook over at Real Life. We had a chat, a long chat, longer than I expected. But the truth is for everything that we had to talk about and haven't talked about, I guess it was gonna be a while. And, you know, I don't think a lot of people really understand. Me in real life, it's 5 years. It's 5 years. You know, that's a sizable amount of time to spend in the company of anyone. But as content creators and me being the content for so long, um, yeah, it's a lot. Oh my goodness. I know everyone's names are different. I don't know why. It's weird. They've been doing a lot of crazy stuff. Hey, family. Hey, everyone. Mountain Goat Productions, what's going on? The lovely one. Hey. Jane, hey, how you doing? Claudia. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, I know they be doing a lot. They be doing the most. You know, they always go above and beyond the call. Hey, Mira. No, it's weird. You know, they're very hateful. They're very spiteful. Yeah, no. They doing what they doing. They playing their games. But do me a favor, guys. Come on, hit the like, hit the like. I wish that people would just tell the truth. And just so everyone knows, this is my girl, Megan McGlover. This is her book, Tell the Truth. I did the foreword for it, for this to be her third book, and for me to do the, yes, I know it's lovely, Roy. YouTube is hating. They are hating on us. They are hating. I'm telling you, man. They just mad. They mad. They big mad. They're trying to make it difficult. They are. They're trying to make it difficult. And I think to a certain extent, as a community, we should take that, we should take it as a compliment a little bit. Like, wait, that they go through so much trouble to give us so much trouble, because the truth is there's a lot of accounts they really don't pay attention to. But as we're just like a few subscribers away from 76K, you know, we're trying to get this platform to 100K subscribers and 1,000 members. And it's really important, especially for the work that we're doing and the work we're about to do. And, but yeah, no, I was just bouncing about and I was looking through, you know, now that we're doing the pods, I got to kind of keep up with current events. And so, you know, this week, they getting it popping real early in the week with a bunch of craziness. So, you know, y'all make sure y'all looking out for the pods. And do me a favor, if we have any moderators in the building, if you could drop the link to Set in the West Doc 1, that would be great. Now, I could just go and grab it on my other phone and I could do it myself. Or, you know, if you guys feel like helping me out, you could. So this way I could pin it in the chat. Please, we need to get Set in the West, the backup channel, until we can figure out how to get the original channel back, at least to 1,000 subscribers. You know, that whole business with Desiree Perez, striking our channels and going after the Jaguar Wright show and going after Set in the West. It was, honestly, it was unnecessary and it was really heavy-handed. But when you don't want to look like a monster and you still want to play tough, the one thing that you were most definitely going to do is try to assert your dominance. And, I had some choice things to say about it in my new Blue Couch interview. And I don't know. It's like I did the Blue Couch interview, and now I guess I'm here with you guys. It's my confessional. And I'm not sure exactly when the interview will be coming, but it will be coming soon. And I mean, the truth is, I had a few choice things to say about a lot of things. And I appreciate all 217 in the room, but we could do better with those likes. Come on. Like, just stop. Don't make me ask. It's a mobile upload. Like, I've been going live like this because, really, this is like the only way they let me cut through. If I come through on StreamYard, we not going to get a lot of people. Like, they've been suppressing the channel so heavy. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was like a whole, like, 800 character message that was left by one of the members on the channel talking about how she's been kicked out of the channel, she's been pushed out of the channel, how there's no notifications coming up when she goes to look for my name and search it in, everything comes up before my actual channel. Like, they're doing everything they can do to suppress this channel, and they are haters. And we're going to talk a little bit more about, the hateration that's going on. But no, like I was saying, I was just looking through, and so once upon a time, I had a head moderator who begged to be my head moderator. And it was funny because this moderator actually betrayed me when I got arrested back in 2023. But I guess they thought I was never getting out of jail. That was the whole thing, right? They were going to gaslight me. They were going to drive me crazy. They were either going to get me successfully in a mental hospital where I would be found as schizophrenic, or in jail where someone could, knock me off. And, none of that stuff happened. I ended up getting out, and then they came up with their plan B, and they found this weirdo that looks like the Predator to be on my bond and pretend like they were like a real supporter and whatever the case may be. And that was a mess. And it took me 95 days to get away from that situation, but I did. And a lot of people never really got over that because a lot of people really thought that they had a hold on my life. And, I'm not going to say allegedly. This whole thing was orchestrated by Trashy the Grouch. But this particular moderator, total troll farm, right, decided that they were going to prove to me how loyal they were to me and how badly they felt for abandoning me after I went to jail. But see, they had gotten locked up, and so they wanted sympathy. And then when they tried to come back online, everyone was coming after them like, yo, you ghosted Jag, you weren't even there. Now you want to sit up there and act like you care. Like, who are you? You're a weirdo. You're a this, you're a that. And everybody, and this particular moderator, before being a moderator, and let's be clear, this person had been following me since like 2019, 2020. Like stalking on IG, followed me from Instagram to YouTube. and and it's wild because they got down with the sickness real fast with the troll farm sickness, and then they started messing around with Diane, or is it Barbara, the multiple personality mod. She has a bunch of names. I think she goes by simply DJ now. This bitch is fucking crazy. When she was a moderator for me, she was the regulator. She used to moderate for my second ex-husband. And I think she was the moderator, and then someone else. She used to moderate, like she stalked and was a moderator for anyone who associated with me so that she could like constantly be in the know of all things me. Real fucking weird bitch from Texas. Like, she's crazy. So anyway, she was don't F with me with the on the Predators page. Like, she used to mod for the Treesus person. She used to, like, really crazy person. Like, I called her a multiple personality mod. Like, I think she operates like 8 to 10 accounts and brags about how she's been in other sectors and she's been around. The bitch don't have a life. But anyway, no, she's not a double agent. She's like a quintuple agent. Like, and half the time she be working against herself. So I don't understand. But yeah, shout out to Diane, the multiple personality mod, uh, the regulator. Ooh, really weird. So anyway, her and this particular fake head moderator of mine, I guess they stayed in touch, and she tried to teach her how to, like, get back in my good graces. And this particular former moderator, head moderator of mine. Please let me be your head mod. I'll make sure that everyone respects you, and I'm not gonna let anyone come after you, and I'm gonna take them all down, and I'm gonna do. And I'm like, yo, you really don't have to do all of that. It's cool. Like, if you want to be a mod, that's fine. Just keep up with the harassment. Let's make sure we know who we're dealing with, and let's make sure we can take proper, appropriate action. All I need you to do is learn, the rules of what it is to be a moderator, and we're straight. No. I'm going to take these people down. I'm going to take these people down. It's so funny because the second that the goofy bitch got away from me, the first thing that she did was Jag made me do it. Jag made me do it. I can't make anybody do anything. But there was like two things that this particular moderator was really obsessed about. The one thing this moderator was obsessed about was trying to convince me that Courtney, who some people know as Solar, from Carbonation, tried to convince me that this person was like childhood friends with another YouTube stalker. It's so funny. Apparently that person is now running around, talking about how all they have to, they hashtag their name, and they don't understand why people hashtag their name because they're clout chasing. And I'm like, bitch, you've been hashtagging my fucking name, Joshua Ray Walmack, for like almost 3 years. Hashtagging my name, using my name, clout chasing my name, and you want to accuse other people of doing it to you, Joshua Ray Walmack? That's so weird. Like, it's so funny when you listen to people sit there and complain about people doing to them what they've been doing to you forever. And I'm just glad that she can admit that it's clout chasing. So now we all know that Joshua Ray Walmack, the robot, has been doing nothing but sucking my left ass cheek and clout chasing the fuck out of my name for years. So yeah, anyway, this person was definitely trying to convince me, this old mod, that Joshua Ray and Courtney grew up together in Atlanta. And, these were the two things. This moderator was going to expose, right? This moderator was going to expose Joshua Ray Walmack with the wrong name and the wrong address and the wrong ID and the wrong everything. And let's just be clear. This particular old moderator is always false doxing people. this motherfucker will get like an identity totally wrong. Like this person was actually running around trying to convince everyone that Odell was Lemmy from Zeus Network until Josh Ray actually got it right. But that wasn't like a come up or anything because information was being fed to that weirdo by somebody that really should not even know her at all, but whatever. So anyway, okay, so this moderator was like obsessed with the soul cyclist person who is not Joshua Ray Walmack. And so all of the pictures and the images that are now being flooded to this dead bird in Canada, she gave us all the same pictures back in 2023. The same brother, the same solar panel company. And I'm surprised that she didn't bother to get into the detail about how before the solar panel company, this particular brother Pierre used to work for LeBron James as a nutritionist and was in sports and all of this other stuff and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. Like, yeah, all kinds of details. Oh my God. So yeah, this person really, really, really tried to convince that this was the robot. Now, what I find interesting is that when this particular bald-headed, old, denture-wearing drunk decided that, hey, my yacht. Okay, but when they decided that they wanted to jump ship and break bad on me, just like the dead bird in Canada did, almost exact. Like, that's how you can tell that they're working together because it's the same exact formula of how they break team. And then, step into the bad side. Yes. So anyway, this person actually admitted that the Pierre and the mother and the sister and all of that was all the wrong person. She admitted it, that she had the wrong person, or at least that's what she said when she left the last time. But then again, when she left, she joined forces with Joshua Ray Womack. Sure did, and was telling the robot, I got all kinds of stuff on Jag, and I'm gonna give you all kinds of information, and I got recordings, and I got this, and I got that, and whoop-de-whoop-de-boo. Wait a minute. Oh, what's going on, Bronx? I thank General Flynn on Benny Johnson for what? Thank you. General Flynn is really an awesome guy. Really an awesome guy. Whole family is really pretty phenomenal. But yeah, so when the drunk in Detroit, when the drunk, bald, toothless bitch in Detroit broke team, she admitted to everybody that it was the wrong person, that she was just saying that because she was trying to convince me so that I would go after the wrong person and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Said all of this, did all of this back in 2023 going into 2024. So, yeah, I just found it really interesting. Hella interesting when I found out that this goofy bitch dug these pictures up and dug all of this old shit up from 2023 to get the dead bird in Canada, to run with it. So this is really, it's just, oh, it's just wild to me. It's so wild to me because I very rarely agree with anyone Well, I talked about it on my new Blue Couch interview. And I'd rather everybody wait. Oh, yeah, the misinformation. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely, Nick. So, anyway, what's interesting is the recycling of old receipts that were allegedly wrong all along. This is what was said. It was said that these receipts were given to me to force me to go after the wrong person because this person was always down with the robot, and now this person is staging a lawsuit like another very misguided person as content for engagement to keep people coming back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And there's no lawsuits. They're all lying, and it's just sad that they got a cap like this. But for the bald-headed drunk in Detroit, to give this to the dead drunk bird in Canada, to rebuild the channel and to create engagement and to get people to raise $1,000 for a court case that's never gonna happen, like, it's sad. It's real sad. So you lost your monetized channel, so now you gonna grift off of your audience with 2-year-old wrong receipts that was given to you by a drunk that would say and do anything to stay relevant on this app. So I just want all of the dead bird people to know that not only are people playing in your face, but they're playing in your face with old receipts. And they're grifting money out of you. And apparently they almost got up to $500. And it's funny because they like to put up thumbnails with my name in it, calling me a grifter, saying that I'm this and that I'm that, And that's why I always say, when you find people constantly insisting on someone being something or someone else being something over and over and over and over and over and over again, you should take a good look at them, because usually that's who they are. Like when people keep accusing you of doing things that you're not doing, it's because they're doing them. It's total projection. Total projection. But just say you need the money because you're broke. Don't sit up there and lie and say that you're doing a lawsuit. So many people have donated to that bird bitch for so many good reasons. There's no need to lie, but she's a liar. And it makes sense, and that's why, the drunk in Detroit, the bald drunk in Detroit, that's why they have so much in common, because they needed someone to op up with to make themselves relevant, because they're both irrelevant, extremely irrelevant. And it's just sad. But I will tell you this, anybody who thinks that the robot is that Soul Cyclist person, nope. And the Courtney person that they were trying to convince everybody was Solar, that lived by the Soul Cyclist girl in Atlanta, not even the same Courtney. Not even the same person. Not at all. But what I do want that goofy big head Haitian hoe to know is that sitting there continuing to try to tell people that I had an intimate relationship with someone that I never had an intimate relationship with is defamation, and it is slander. Courtney herself, on many occasions, has already clarified that there was never any kind of intimate relationship between he and I. He actually spent more time with my second ex-husband than he ever spent with me. So you sitting there over and over and over and over again trying to convince people. And see, and that's the problem when you start running with other people's lies from years ago, which is how I know you're a lioness, Haitian goofy fucking bitch. Because most goofy Haitian bitches that I know, and let's be clear, I got Haitian relatives. Let's be clear, I know exactly how goofy Haitians can get, okay? And I know exactly how dishonest they can be. Some of the best liars in the world. Not as good as Sicilians, but some of the best liars in the world that I know are Haitian. And they tell bold-faced lies and really do not care. They really do not care. They will say whatever they got to say to get whatever they want. Whatever they want. They will lie. They will steal. They will do whatever they got to do. And unfortunately, those are Haitian characteristics. They are. And that's not me hating. That's not me even talking crazy. We could use 200 more likes, folks. Come on, don't be shy. Just double tap the screen. You was just gonna say, yeah. Well, I mean, Sicilians are they are the heavyweight champion liars of all liars. A Sicilian, shit, man. I am trying to tell you. But Haitians, very fine liars. They will lie without a conscience. They do not care. I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you don't want to cry over being abused and over being misused and over being deceived, never sleep with a Haitian. Because your Haitian lover will break your heart with how easily they can lie to you. That I promise you. Shout out to Day Day. So it was so funny when they tried to tap him back in to try to holler at me last fall. I was so smitten and so in love. I barely recognized that he showed up. I think he was kind of surprised though. Even though I was interested if he was going to pay me back that money that he owed me because I loaned him a lot of money to help him get on his feet. I mean, honestly, I felt bad because Joshua Ray Walmack, the robot, 'cause that's her name. She had doxed his whole life, doxed his prison record, put all of his stuff up. They was running his video over and over again with him shirtless and lip singing and stuff like that. Man, yeah. Yeah, but they ain't had no problem with looking me right in my face and lying to me and saying all kinds of stuff to me. And I'm just like, your Haitian charms do not work. They do not work. I know the lies of which you tell. But yeah, so I just look. It's true, and everybody knows it's true. I'm not hating. I'm just telling it like it is. But yeah, so you got to be careful dealing with that Haitian drunk dead bird bitch over there. Yeah, yeah, because she's lying to everybody. She ain't taking nobody to court. She just getting the money. She's doing exactly what the drunk old bitch in Detroit, the bald-headed drunk bitch in Detroit told her to do. Because that's what she do. They sit online and they lie and they say whatever they had to say to get money out of people. And when it was working for them, when it was, when they were all able to just sit there and lie on me and create engagement and lie on me and create engagement and lie on me and lie on me and lie on me for money, that's what they would do. And people would come around and they would give them $50 super chats, $100 super chats. And now I'm glad that we're past all of that because now they're left to do it to each other. And apparently people don't like to pay them $50 super chats and $100 super chats and cash apps to lie on each other. They only get the $5, $10 kind now. So, yeah, it was a very fond moment. It was very, very, very fond. But, someone had sent me a clip, and this Haitian bitch was just sitting there lying her fucking goofy ass off, talking about me and Courtney having a relationship, and me and Courtney having an affair. And the only person that was obsessed with that information was the drunk bitch in Detroit, who, by the way, is so fucking irrelevant, because the only reason she was hanging around was because she was hoping that she could get her channel up to 8K, because she's never been able to do that. Like, she was barely able to make it past 3K. And the only reason she did that was because she came back to jump in on the Hate on Jag Brigade to try to, rebuild and revive the sector after she got chased the fuck up out of here, after the robot sent animal control to her house, had the authorities running down on her house, found her warrants, had to make her spend money so that she could keep her license. I don't even know why she went through all of that. She ended up having to get rid of her car. It's so much. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been taking good care of myself. But seriously though, it's like people is wild. People is wild. But it also kind of makes me realize that people are also desperate. People are very, very, very desperate. They're very desperate for cash right now. There's a lot of people that are hurting for money. There's a lot of people that are not doing well. And I feel bad for those who this is your life. Like, you got to sit online and you got to lie to people all day to make a buck. It's kind of sad. It really is. And so, yeah. Yeah. But honestly, I'm grateful. I'm glad to be done with it all. Like, I'm glad to be done with the weirdos and the liars, and I mean, I know they still mention me, and I know they still talk about me, or whatever the case may be. Can we get 200 more likes? Y'all playing. I know they kind of miss, the engagement. Yeah, I was just laying down, and then I popped right up. People be forgetting I'm 48. Like, but even though I'm 48, like, it's my goal to try to stay as agile and youthful as I can, to keep myself going. I mean, yeah, I had a sinus infection, and I think I was in company of some people with COVID, but I made it through. I'm all right. And I'm going through a full detox. I quit drinking. I quit smoking. I'm only drinking water right now. Eating very clean, very healthy, very lean food. And when your body starts detoxing and you start shedding things, you really, it gives you a sense of clarity about a lot. Like, I forgot what it's like, your functionality, how you're thinking, even my meditation, just pure detox. And like, I feel, the coming back into me again. It's good. It's good. And not that if you drink or if you smoke, you're not clear-headed. I'm not saying that you can't have clarity. I'm saying it's a different level of clarity, especially spiritually. And right now, going through a spiritual war, and we are in full spiritual warfare, like full spiritual warfare right now. I mean, that's part of the reason why I cut my hair back off again, and you know, I went back to wartime me. Um, just strip it down, bare bones, no nothing. I love the fact that I'm a year older and I can still pull this off. And I'm not look weird and old or whatever. Yeah, you know, want to keep the skin tighter, naturally. I've never had plastic surgery or anything like that. And I'm really not interested in getting it. Like, I don't want artificial enhancements in my life. Whatever this looks like, I want it to be me, you know? Um, and, and welcome and amen to you, 55. I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you, baby. I ain't far behind. Uh, Oh, well, sweetie, listen to me. If there's one thing I've always had is great discernment and access to good wisdom, but I'm always looking forward to more. Like, we should always want to aspire to be wiser than we were yesterday, better than we were yesterday. Yeah. And it's like I'm detoxing and you know, and I forgot what this is like. Like when I was a kid and I was an athlete, of course, when you're playing sports and stuff like that, and you're not drinking, you're not smoking, you're not doing any of that because you want your body to perform at its highest rate. Get thrown off the team, or at least it used to be back when I was growing up. You would get thrown off the team for drinking and smoking and stuff like that, because you were not really being an asset to your team. Um, if they needed your body to perform at top level, if you're smoking and drinking, your body's not performing at top level. But yeah, so here I am, full detox mode, feeling good. And I'm just sitting there looking, and I'm looking at all of the, all of the things and the people that we've left behind, that we moved away from, right? And I'm like, I feel like that's a part of my detox too. Like I'm shedding away from all of the trolls, shedding away from all of that. Like the only thing that they have left to cling on is whatever I'm getting rid of, not what I have now. And it's such a sense of control, and it's been a minute since I've gotten a chance to just come and sit here and talk. Like I haven't wanted to be online more than I need to at this point in time, because I don't want to give the weirdos anything to talk about. And when we're talking about stuff, I want to talk about stuff that's wait, you have grown so much this past year. Oh, thank you. I mean, but see, that's the beautiful thing about it. See, perfection leaves nowhere to go but down. So I'm glad that I've had the life where I can just keep building up and keep building up and keep building up. It's good to have something to aspire for. I've never wanted to be anything else other than me, and I've always wanted to be a better me than I was last year, whatever that may be. But, you know, I'm at a place in my life where I have, thank you, Elise, I have acquired all of the things that I really want out of life to move forward in the direction that I want to move forward in, you know. And, you know, to have the partner in life that you want, that you can work with, that you can build with, that you can grow with. You know, I really do have a wonderful partner that I work with, that I grow with, that I build with. Grateful, you know, what we've done with the channels, what we're going to continue to do, what we're doing with the podcast, to be able to have, I prayed for that. I prayed that God would send me someone that I could work with at this level, that I could create with at this level. You know, we don't talk about personal stuff online anymore, and it's best because it's nobody's business. But the work, I have to acknowledge the work. You know, when you work with someone that brings the best out in you, and now here we are, and we just want to keep taking the platform up. We don't want to go back. We don't want to deal with the craziness. We don't want to deal with the crazies. We're not trying to go back. We're just trying to propel forward. And we want to keep giving y'all stuff that we know that you need. You know, as soon as the Audible book is done for Tell the Truth, we're going to be bringing book club back. You know, I really wanted to keep up with it. Wow, you know, when we got started. But the truth is, it was like everyone was so distracted by that god awful trial. Everyone was so hella distracted, like not really focusing on what mattered, not really focused on what was real. Everybody was busy trying to keep up with this, trying to keep up with that. Ooh, who said what? And what said who? And who shot John? And yada, yada, yada. And blah, 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 blah. And whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. And like, it was a lot of foolishness going on. And what I didn't want was for the channel to just become off kilter, just not right, you know? Trying to get back and forth to this, trying to get back and forth to that. And yeah, nah. We said, you know what? We'll move on to the next project. We're going to, you know, get everything back settled again, and then we're going to get back to book club. So what I'm going to be doing is, for a lot of our books, until Grace can come back on full time, you know, people keep forgetting she's a single mom. She has 2 very busy, wonderful kids. Exactly, Music Remedy. You get it. What do I think about the mass deportation? I think they're massive. That's what I think. I try not to think about it, honestly, because I don't like to get caught up in arms. I don't. Don't forget to subscribe to the backup set in the West. Channel ASAP. You know, when I realized they were going to take that channel, Grace will be back. Grace will be back, but until she gets back, I'm going to be I'm going to be, using some Audible books. So this way we'll be able to play it and everyone can hear it and we don't have to worry about hacking and connections falling and all kinds of craziness. So I'll probably be starting back with that. And I do believe that Super Learning 3000 has an Audible option. So we're going to go back to that and we're going to get that done. And then hopefully by the time that's done, we'll be able to get to Tell the Truth. To which I wrote the foreword and I did my Audible admission for it. And Megan said it was fantastic, so I'm happy. Your birthday is Wednesday? What? Happy Wednesday, twins? Wednesday birthday twins? That's what's up. I don't know. We might have to pull up and do something. What is this book all about? This book? Oh, it's all about everything that it says it's about. It's about telling the truth. Sure is. Telling the truth and shaming the devils. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be starting out with that until we can get Grace back full time. I believe it's on Amazon, but I do have links, and what I will do is I'll go and I'll actually hold on a second. Okay. I might be able to. I think I might have possibly have. Oh, and by the way, Megan McGlover's Healing Childhood Trauma Workshop. Gee, with the free workbook. She just had one. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty amazing. She said it was fantastic. And she's going to be doing another one soon. And when she does, I'm going to make sure that I drop it. And we're going to come through and talk about it. So anybody that wants to take that can. Hold on one second. All right, let me get over here. All right, yeah, because see, as y'all see, I'm modding for myself. I'm putting in the links myself. Watch out now. Here's the link for Tell the Truth. Now see, that's not what I wanted. I'm still in denial, about me not needing glasses. I'm still in denial. What the hell? What the hootenanny? Mine. All right, hold on a second. I think I got it. Am I doing it? I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. And don't forget, her channel here on YouTube is called McGloverful. She has a lot of interesting stuff to say. You are very, 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 very talkative about Bono tonight. I don't know what's going on. What I will say is whatever your thoughts and opinions are, you are entitled to them. Like straight trap. I ain't gonna tell nobody nothing. Not tonight. Okay, there we go. There we go. It has been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been modding. I've been busy. I've been a big researcher lately. That goes to show you I ain't been on YouTube moonlighting. There's the book. I know if you don't use it, you'll lose it. All right. I don't know how many people have subscribed to Set on the West, but did y'all want me to drop the link? You want me to pin it in the chat for the book? Because I can pin it in the chat for a tab. But y'all don't forget. Okay, there we go. Tell the Truth book by Megan McGlover. It's pinned in the chat. Yay! So yeah, I mean, the book is fantastic. It's fantastic. And I was honored to be asked to write the foreword for it. You know, some people don't think that that's a big deal or a huge honor, but it really is, especially when it comes to someone who really believes in their work the way Megan does. And for her to ask me to have that first word, urging the people and letting the people know what the book is all about and what it's going to be about, that's huge. It's a big honor. And for it to be coming from someone who's a friend is an even bigger honor. And I love my sister. I do. I love Meeg. She is amazing. And the one thing her and I have in common is we both have a passion for the unadulterated, unequivocal truth. Not our truth or someone else's truth, just what is the truth. Sometimes we think that the things that we feel, just because we're being honest about the way we feel, that sums up what something is, and it's not always that way. Life is not always that way. Though you may have very valid feelings about what you're going through, it doesn't make it the absolute truth for the entire situation. You know, sometimes certain details in our lives, they get, misconstrued because of a detail or this or that. And we make how we feel the story. You know, one of my favorite exercises when it comes to self-awareness was learning how a story is created. You have what happens, and then you have how you feel about what happens. And usually what happens with most people is they marry both of those things together. And then that becomes the story for them, whether it's true or not. And most of the times, the way we feel about what happened, really, it ain't got shit to do with what happened. Like, perfect example. You walk up to somebody who you're just meeting for the first time. You extend your hand. You give them a hearty handshake. And they kind of pull their hand back, right? And then y'all walk off and you go about your business. Now you leave with the attitude that person thought that they were better than you, or that person thought that they were too good to touch your hand because the way they pulled their hand back and all of that. You have all of these assumptions now over this handshake without any confirmation that any of that is real. But because that's the way you felt about it in that moment, it made it real. Now here's the other side of the game. That person who pulled back their hand, They weren't being completely honest about the situation too. Because see, before they came to that event, they accidentally dropped a can of peas and it fell on their hand. And rather than going to the hospital or going to the doctor, or at least just going to an urgent care to get it checked out to see whether or not they had broken anything or sprained anything and they needed to get it, they wanted to pump fake like nothing had happened and they were normal. So they came to that event, and the first person who tried to reach their, reach to shake their hand, gave them a normal hearty handshake, but unfortunately, their hand was injured and it hurt. That's why they pulled it back. Now, see, that person was pump faking and not being honest about the fact that they were injured. And that's why they snatched the hand away. But they didn't bother to say anything because they were worried about looking weak in public. The person who shook the hand and gave the hearty handshake automatically assumed that because that other person pulled it away, that they was hating on them, that they didn't like them. See? And now the both of them have false perceptions about how everything is going on. Exactly. So, once again, sometimes our feelings make us believe that things are a way that they simply aren't. But see, once we put our feelings to it, now we got a story. Yeah, that stuck up bitch. Man, I went to go shake her hand, and that bitch gonna pull her hand away like I got cooties or something. I don't know who she thinks she is. Everybody here is the same. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And that's what we're running around with, right? Nowhere near the truth. And if the person whose hand was injured had simply said, oh my God, I'm sorry. I just dropped a can of peas on my hand and I came right here. I probably should have wrapped it up. But nice to meet you. Thank you. Wow, you got a strong grip. That would have changed everything. Yes, fear is false. Evidence appearing real. Yeah. So that's what the book is about. Learning how to tell the truth and how to live in that truth. Not your truth, but the truth, the whole truth. When we get to that space, we can find so much more out of our lives that really wasn't there before. So, and you know what? I'm glad you ordered the book, and I'm telling you, you're not going to regret it. She did such a phenomenal job putting this book together. And she really is an amazing author. Yeah, she just keeps growing and keeps evolving. And now this book is going to be Audible. So, what's the ETA on the audiobook? Not quite sure. I know what she's hoping for, but I believe definitely by September, maybe sooner. I know she's trying to have it done by August at the latest. So because I understand studio engineering and stuff like that and putting projects like this together, I'm saying maybe September, but I know she's shooting for August, but yeah. Yeah, if so many more of us, audiobooks do save time on the run, but it's also good to, even if you're listening to it, to have a written copy of it so you can read along with it, because sometimes when we read things, they resonate even deeper than when we hear things. Me and Megan were talking about that earlier today. And what is that? What's that in the background? It doesn't matter. So, but yeah, what's my favorite Psalms? Honestly, probably Psalms 91. Psalms 91 or the 125th Psalms. That's another good one. Actually, there's like a few of them that I love. But and of course everyone loves the 23rd Psalms. So, yeah, it's, we have to, we're going through spiritual warfare right now. And if there's one thing the Diddy trial should be teaching us, is that it doesn't matter how loud the devil says yes. When God says no, he says no. You know, I think people are just so excited with trying to push this Diddy's coming home agenda that they're not realizing what's true. He's not home, and he's not innocent. He's guilty of at least 2 counts of a very serious federal crime. You know, once upon a time, a lot of people would have told me him even being in this position would have been impossible. And yet, apparently it was possible. And apparently God did not want him out of jail. And apparently his legal team ain't fighting for sentencing to be any sooner. And yeah, I think a lot of people have a lot of wishful thinking. Can we do better with these likes? We need at least 100 more. Come on, y'all, double tap the screen. You know, I don't care how many people tell the same lie. If you know the truth in your heart, it doesn't change anything for you. See, that's what they want to do. That's why they tell all those lies. That's exactly why they tell all those lies. They tell all those lies because they want you to fall for it. They want you to believe in it. Like, for instance, hold on a second. And I'm not going to do a whole lot because I'm not looking for a strike. And I'm not looking for anyone to be trying to find a reason to strike me. Lord knows there's somebody here online that was sitting there just talking about, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh yeah, yeah. We need to go through that channel and we need to strike that channel. So, this video. Y'all see that? Jaguar Wright, almost unalived by Diddy Hitman. I wasn't online for a couple of days, and I guess they decided to do this. It was a little disappointing when I saw it. Now, my headphones is on. Hold on a second. See, this goes to show you how desperate YouTube is to try to silence me or embarrass me or gaslight me in some way.
Dad! You fake ass gangsters! I'm blowing this shit up! You mother. You mother.
Now,
You assaulted me. Yup, and they put me in a hospital on an APAC.
just so y'all know, those videos are from 2023. One was from me at Legends Barbershop, where I was gaslit after being deprived of sleep with my then second husband chasing me and Solar all around, threatening to pow us. All kinds of stuff was going on. I had also just been body slammed in that very parking lot by 2 young men while I was trying to get my second husband off of Courtney because he was assaulting him, or at least it looked that way. He barely did anything to him. I figured that out later. That's why I didn't want to press charges. That's why Solar never wanted to press charges, because they were all in on it together. My second ex-husband was on the phone with Monica Lockett, who some people call DJ Genesis, who ain't nothing but a fraud-ass bitch, who's been jealous of me since the 90s. Who set all of that up so that I could be put into a hospital and so that they could find a way to try to pin the schizophrenic jacket on me. It was terrible. And then this was me at the police station when I was...
barbershop over there they call Legends, over at Allure. He threatened to kill me, so I need to file a police report.
That Courtney Burgess was planted with this information on purpose to basically get the feds to turn their eye off of other people that are allegedly going to go down with Diddy. And the person that she called out was Jay-Z and the Carters. And then Courtney Burgess started acting really strange and multiple different times threw up these triangles.
Now do y'all see this? Now they took gaslighting footage from 2023 and then they tied in Kadisha Lynn when I pulled Courtney Burgess's card for who he really is. And now they're putting all of this together.
While she was saying stuff like this.
You're on my witness. I'm lucid. I'm safe.
You guys, Jaguar Wright just survived an actual assassination attempt. Not just harassment, not just intimidation, a planned attack. And the timing couldn't be more suspicious. Because just days before this incident, Jaguar was naming Diddy's accomplices in his RICO empire. Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, Clive Davis, Courtney Burgess, Alex Spiro, and other specific people Jag claims helped cover up serious crimes for years.
I sent you a very real message, man. I said they're trying to unalive me again. Can you help? You never responded. You went just as ghost as Jussie Smollett did a week ago. But I'm starting to research you, Miss Kid. And so help me God, if I find you've had any legal dealings with Alex Spiro, you and I are going to have a
And as you guys probably know, Jaguar has been exposing industry corruption for a minute. But this is different. The moment she started connecting Diddy's case to actual networks of enablers, people started showing up where they weren't supposed to. Her hotel was broken into, her car was tampered with, and even her husband was paid to set her up.
Okay.
Now understand this, all of the stuff that they saying happened, all this footage that they're showing, all this gaslighting footage that they're showing was from 2023. Ariel Mitchell, Courtney Burgess, none of that stuff showed up in my life until the end of 2024 after Pierce Morgan. You see this AI crap? Talk about my car been tampered with. My car wasn't tampered with. My car was boomed. Melted. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get to that photo. No, not in here. I gotta add more photos in this phone. Everything's limited.
But it gets messier, because according to Jaguar, this isn't even about Diddy anymore. She's naming bigger fish and powerful people with deep ties to multiple artists, not just Diddy. And before we talk about who those names are, there's something you need to know. Jaguar didn't drop these claims quietly. She went live, looked straight into the camera, and said, if anything happens to me, you know who did it. So now the question is, did someone just try to make that happen? Was this just a scare tactic, or did Jaguar interrupt something a lot darker? And more importantly, who are these people still covering for Diddy today?
So I can have my lawyer serve the paperwork for my... Why am I waiting? I was in the hospital for 9 days. They put me in on an A-pal. I had bruises. My thumb and my pinky was done from where they stood on my back with the handcuff.
So let's talk about what actually
And then
went
they
down.
tackled me.
Jaguar Wright just survived an orchestrated hit attempt, and she says it's all tied to the people who protected Diddy's criminal empire for years.
Oh, my days.
It's real interesting.
If you can't take a good picture, then you
It's
need
real
this AI
interesting
app.
how
Just
people
snap a
like
photo
running with
and the app
lies.
perfectly
These
removes the
AI videos.
Now, luckily, Jaguar knows how to defend herself, but she was still shaken after this incident because she knew they weren't just trying to scare her, they were trying to kill her.
The thing is I'm prepared for what I'm prepared for. You know what I mean? I've had everything bad that pretty much a human being can go through happen to me.
So after this incident, Jaguar went on live with Tokyo Tony, and she actually showed off different weapons she keeps on her at all times. This woman's walking around like she's in a war zone, and honestly, it tracks.
Go spend some time with my godson before they try to kill me again. Oh my God, stop saying it. Don't put that in.
They're taking all kinds of events. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Here we go.
And they collected their passports. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online.
But Jaguar also went after the middlemen. Like in this
What do y'all think? Like, you know, those are like wild claims to make. Do you think they're true?
industry fixers with ties to the feds.
Because there has been a lot of stuff that Jaguar Wright has been saying that people were like, that's not true, you're crazy, but a lot of it has come to be true.
Profile lawyers who cleaned up scenes and wrote NDAs, and fake witnesses who coached victims on what to say. Jaguar was connecting dots no one else was willing to touch and pointing at the people working behind the real question. Why would Ron Burkle throw $100 million into Diddy's clothing company that wasn't even turning real profit at the time? Rock Nation and gatekeeper of the industry. And what literally never gets talked about in mainstream media is that Desiree was a federal informant, and Jay-Z knew that when he made her the president of Rock Nation. And according to Jay-Z's former friend, DeHaven, Desiree is the main reason why Jay-Z never gets into any trouble with the law.
And I can guarantee you the conversation with Emery, even when Emery came home and see, you know what I'm saying? Then it just don't add up.
Oh, now here's where it gets really interesting.
Power over there. You know what I'm saying? Who you wanting one on your side? You got them on your side?
But here's where Jaguar went even deeper than DeHaven. She didn't just mention Desiree. She actually tracked down the daughter Desiree abandoned and interviewed her live.
So I was born in New York as a little baby, 9 months. My grandfather had to take over to raise me because my mother was incarcerated and dealing with the criminal justice system for the crimes that she committed in the early 90s.
How long has the relationship with your mom been strained at this point?
I haven't seen my mom since December 25th, 2023. That's the last time that I saw her physically. The last time I spoke to her was December 30th, 2023. When she said that I was dead to her.
And this live stream happened just days before someone tried to silence Jaguar permanently.
You see that?
She put one of the most powerful women in hip-hop on blast through her own blood.
Did you see that? They said that I interviewed Demore just days before the attack on my life happened. But everything that they showed in that video came from 2023. Very interesting, because the way that whole thing was set up there, it was set up to make it look like me interviewing Demore almost got me unalived. Now that sends a powerful message to anybody else who wants to tell their story, does it not? That sends a very powerful message to anybody else who might want to cover their story. Does it not? Put a 1 in the chat if it looks like this video, this AI video that Noah Jacob with his, how many subscribers does he have? 1.49 million subscribers. This video in itself got 39,000 views. I mean, that's kind of powerful, isn't it? Because what it does kind of say to any content creator who was interested in covering Demore's story is that if you do,
bloodline. And then days later, someone
like,
tried.
bro, if Desiree's an FBI informant, you gotta think about it, that's an FBI informant working for Jay-Z. And she's probably making a lot of money just from Roc Nation itself. So she's gonna want to protect that through all of her connections.
To end Jaguar's life, you don't need a conspiracy board to see the connection. So ask yourself, if Jaguar's crazy, why does she keep naming the right people? And here's another person she exposed. Courtney Burgess, the industry fixer that Jaguar claims was paid by Roc Nation to be a fake witness in Diddy's case. Courtney claims he had a copy of Kim Porter's real memoir. However, Jaguar exposed him for having personal ties to Diddy. Get this, Courtney is the godson of Frank Lucas, the Harlem kingpin that Diddy's late father, Melvin Combs, worked for. And Courtney himself admitted this in an interview with TMZ after Jaguar exposed it. However, he still claimed he didn't know Diddy personally.
Yeah. How do you know Sean Combs?
Generation. You know, Frank Lucas was my godfather and his father. And then we both was in the music business for 30 years.
I mean, Noah Jacob has been around for quite some time. I think he has a twin brother, and then there are those conservative twin people, but I think he's just still running his channel on his own. I just find it very interesting. And then, you know, people saying in the comments, Jag needs some serious security. I'm afraid for her life. I appreciate her for speaking out. Like I said, it sends a very powerful message putting all of that together that way. When what people want is for people to stay away from the Demore Hadley story. Oh yeah, I called his ass out. You'll see. I'm sure it's going to get his attention. But for those of y'all who know me, y'all know exactly how I feel. If you see something that don't look right, report it. Because for them to take a bunch of YouTube shenanigans that was meant to gaslight me and drive me insane back in 2023 and then attach it to me defending your freedom, the Demore Hadley story, all these years later, the message that it sends is that if you touch this story, this woman's going to send someone to come and get you. It's intimidation. What I don't like is that this kid calls himself a Christian. Now, as a Christian, you're not supposed to bear false witness. He didn't bother to go back and check to see if any of that stuff was accurate or if any of it wasn't accurate. He just got the video and decided to play it and do a reaction video off of it. And it really didn't get a lot of views considering how many subscribers he has. But the message that it left out there is that for some reason, my life is in danger. You want to talk about intimidation? Intimidating one of God's children. Like, come on. You know how many of these content creators do this? And we could use 200 more likes. Do you know how many of these content creators do this? They just run with stuff. They don't bother to check and see if it's real. They don't bother to check and see if it's true. What if my son went on YouTube? My son and I, we have a country between us. He's all the way over there. I'm all the way where I'm at. What if my son were to get online? Hey, Michael. They got everybody's names all messed up. Don't ask me why. They doing too much again, Michael. Thank you, dear. No, but seriously, what if my son were to have seen that and thought that somebody tried to take me out? That could have been very distressing for him or anyone else. You know, Odell was there when they arrested me after we did the interview with Gene Deal on the blue couch, which was the last time I was on the blue couch for the most part. Thank you, Nisi. Imagine for Odell to have seen that. What if he hadn't talked to me? What if he couldn't reach me? That could be very distressing for him. You know, these people take a lot of liberty when it comes to what they call reporting and what they call blogging. They take a lot of liberty. It's wild. But that AI video was some handcrafted bullshit. And it took a bunch of crimes that were committed against me by a bunch of YouTubers. And then they wanted to take it and wrap it with what's going on now and try to make it seem like anybody who has anything to do with this content, they're putting their life in jeopardy. Now, I'm not saying that the work that I do doesn't come with a certain amount of danger. I'm not saying that I don't need to be prepared for whatever may happen at all times. Of course I do, but I also know that God is with me. And if something were going on with me, if something were wrong, if I thought that y'all would know, you wouldn't hear it from some AI channel. But that just goes to show you how little integrity this platform has when it comes to sharing information. And it's sad because how many people are trusting this stuff? You know, the thing is I'm not even mad at everything that AI video was saying, but I am mad at the way it tried to frame it and tried to reference it. And I also think it's kind of just sloppy that these people are just running with this stuff. They're not bothering to vet it. They're not bothering to check it. And the thing is, it could be a gaslighting for me, even still. This could cause me distress because when I look at those images, I remember everything that they were doing to me. I remember everything that the cops were ignoring. I remember everything that these YouTubers tried to do to my life, orchestrated by trash transrena goofy bitch. And she's still on this app. And they're still on this app. Spoofing my voice, doing AI videos, playing them for the cops, just like Desiree did to Demore. It's funny how the YouTube attack against my life and the Rock Nation attack against Demore's life, things were so identical. That's interesting when you think about it. But there are ties. Leor Gould, very good friends with the owners of Rock Nation. They have a vested interest in looking out for each other. You know, when one organization is doing criminal tactics and another organization is doing the exact same criminal tactics, that could prove a criminal enterprise. You know. I could see why YouTube is running around deleting a bunch of troll farmers' accounts. All of those crimes on them. You know what I do want, though, from everyone on our platform, and I hope you guys are subscribing And I hope for those of you who can become members, please become a member. Our chat is amazing. Our people, our community is great. We are a members-only community. You probably won't be able to do it on an iPhone, but if you have an Android, you should still be able to join the membership. Or next time you get to a desktop, you can always join. But I'm telling you, man, we good. And, you know, sometimes we're here a little more often. Sometimes it's a little touch and go. This whole Demore story has been a lot, and there's been a lot around it. But what we need to do is we need to not let it drop. Part 4 is coming. We want to make sure that we're not going to get the channel or lose any more channels for putting up anything else. Yes, Elisa, we're happy to have you here. But yeah, no, we got a lot more to do, and there are going to be other great stories we're going to be sharing with you guys from people who have been defending their freedom, people who have been going through things. Like, a good share of the content that I've done up until this point has been proving my sanity, proving my innocence, and fighting off and debunking trolls. We're past that now. We're past kneeling. I'm sorry, that was me being petty. No, but we're past trolling, and we're past fighting off trolls. Where we are right now is we're moving forward and we're fighting for freedom. I was tired, wasn't I? And now I'm up with you guys. I haven't been up with you guys in a while. No, seriously, we gotta be more than that. We gotta do more than that. There has to be more than going back and forth with negative engagement over things that aren't going to help us change things around here or for the world we live in. Like, we gotta do better. Gotta do better. Gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late. You know? Yeah, we got bigger things, much bigger things. And we're going to be having, you know, just, we're going to take care of ourselves around here. Yes, to all the Aussies. No, seriously, like and I know it's like, what, almost lunch over there? I know it's after breakfast. So happy lunch. I would show y'all what I had. I had a lovely Caesar salad, and I had some codfish done in coconut dill jerk sauce. Oh, smothered in onions and garlic and dill. You live 15 minutes from Mar-a-Lago? That's what's up. We had a good time in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, I also dropped some other bombshell information during, no, it's 6:22. See, I'm off. I'm off. I'm all the way. But then I'm looking at the time and I keep forgetting. Yeah, it's evening. It's only 1-something here, so. Yeah, it's 15 hours. That's 15 hours ahead, yeah. No, but seriously though, we're leaving all the weirdos behind. We're leaving all the crazy stuff behind. I know. When I leave here, I'm gonna have to let y'all go back to the future. But it's just like Tokyo time. Man, I lived on Tokyo time. I'll never forget leapfrogging time zones on tour and then coming back home and just being time confused. Anytime I came back from like Australia, you know, over there, Far East, Japan, all of that, it would take me about like 8 to 10 days to be able to reset. Because no matter where I'm at, when the sun goes up, I'm up. But when I would come back home to the East Coast, you know, I would have to deal with the time and body confusion. And don't worry about it, Nick. Just know that whenever you're showing up in the spirit. Yeah, you know, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Not menopause. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I don't want to hear about no hot flashes. I haven't officially gotten all of their, like, I'm not there yet. I still have a cycle. I still got hopes. But I do sweat sometimes at night, and oh my God. But yeah, no, seriously, it's just we're past trolling. I'm not saying that we can't have a good time and we can't laugh and we can't make fun of these fools, but I'm not troll food anymore. They're gonna have to learn how to feed on themselves or each other, but we're done with that. We're yeah, I guess I might be on my Perry journey. Maybe Perry, yeah, little Perry. But make no mistake about it, you can still get pregnant during perimenopause. Like, you have to go into full menopause to not be able to conceive at all. So, yeah, there's a lot of women that were peri and ended up with company. You know, it's wild because I am the kind of person that I want to love living my life. I want to love my reasons for getting up in the morning. I know what my reasons are now. I could use a couple more. You know, having a purpose-driven life, having reasons for why you live. That's the most important thing. It really is. And you know what? Wherever you are in life, enjoy that. Like, I honestly believe that we should really just enjoy whatever it is that we want, you know. I'm a woman that has lost children in my life. And I have a wonderful son left. But purpose does drive life. You know, the second that you don't have a purpose anymore, you start to wither. You know, you start to wither away. And I mean, that's what happens to most elderly people. They retire, their children are gone, they don't see their grandkids so much, and then the next thing you know, they start getting sick, and then because they lose their vigor for life, they lose their vigor for living. And that's kind of wild, you know, because my dad always said retirement is the #1 killer of old people. He never wanted to stop working. He always wanted to have a reason to get up in the morning. I wanted him to retire. We all wanted him to retire. We wanted him to have a good time. He retired. We thought we were, you know, retiring him out. I was, you know, I started paying him money not to do his side gig, and guess what I found out? He was still going to work anyway. I was paying him, and I paid him the money not to go, and he still went anyway. So he was just doubling up. And I'm like, you know what, man? What can I say, man? What can I say? Just like, all right, Dad, I'm just sending you some money. You know, I that's why it's always so funny when you would listen to the liars lie about me, because I took such good care of my parents. Like, I spoiled my parents rotten. And my Muti, she sent me a picture of my dad the other day. And I was thinking about him Oh, I was thinking about him. And then she sent me a picture from one of my cousin's weddings. And my dad in that powder blue suit that he loved. And I'm like, there goes my best friend. That was, yeah. When I was a little girl, he was my favorite person on the face of this earth. And when he passed away, he was the most important person in my life on the face of this earth. So to hear a bunch of weirdo YouTubers listen to a bunch of lies told by my crackhead half sister about my dad assaulting me, about my dad fathering my son, about my dad being a psychopath and a lunatic and all of this stuff, like hearing people literally say that, welcome to Jag Nation, Alexis. Oh my God, that enraged me so much because my father was a defender of people. He was always a protector of people. And if he loved you, God help anybody that did anything to harm you, because they would have to make it through Storm and Norman. And most people didn't make it through that freight train of a man. I'm telling you right now, I knew men that was like 6, 7 inches taller than my dad, bigger than my dad, that was afraid to see my dad when he stepped into a room. So, you know, I know where I get my energy from. I know where I get my presence from. I'm just like my dad. I'm 5'5", and I will step to a 6'4" man. And if you give me a step stool, it's gonna be a fair fight. I promise you that. You know, it was yeah, like, and I'm so glad we're past all of that now. You know, so glad. So yeah, part 4 of Defending Your Freedom is coming to the channel. We're about to wrap that out. We had to make some very, 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 yeah, exactly. Even if you got to step up, it's going down. Sometimes you got to step up to take it down. But, no, seriously, part 4 is coming up. We're going to wrap this up. We're going to get it done. I want to thank everybody on the channel, but the truth is we're still not getting enough views. There's no reason in the world why all of those videos, part 1, part 2, and part 3, shouldn't have 100,000 views. You know, it's kind of wild because, you know, the Trash K interview came out. That still hasn't hit 100,000 views. That goes to show you how afraid this search engine is of the truth about this young woman and her husband's story is of coming out. And that's why I said the trial's not scheduled until next year. They pushed it out that far on purpose. We're going to take our time with this. We're going to let it grow. We're going to build it. We're going to make sure that all of these videos get at least 500,000 views before they go to court. I want it done. It has to be done. If they're willing to go through the trouble of making AI videos, trying to scare people off of the content, that should only motivate us to move forward. Yes, please do. And I'm going to be going out of my way to just be reposting part 1, part 2, part 3. Maybe it's time to just get really obnoxious with it. I've been trying to let it grow organically. Part 3, I think that finally made it to 5,000 views. Part 1, I think we're approaching 60,000 views, but they're really doing everything that they can do to try to suppress us here. So let's just, however hard they try to hold us back, let's make sure that we're pushing through. Let's turn into Emmett Smith. Let's get these rushing yards. Let's get this story across the goal line. Let's get that. It's all good. Let's get the field goal in. Let's make it happen, because we don't ever want anyone to forget what this couple has gone through and who put them through it and why it's so important. Yes, everybody welcome Alexis. You remember. Trust me, I know. Yeah, algorithms. And we are our own algorithm. We're not going to have a bunch of people sharing this content. So it's really up to us to get it done. And I wish we could have at least 110 more likes. All you got to do is double tap your screen. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is tap that screen. I don't want to sing too loud. I don't want to wake up everybody up. No, I don't want to do that. But yeah, you know, this is a very rewarding community. We might not always get together all the time. Sometimes we're here often, sometimes we're not here so often. You know, me and Odell, we're a small crew. And we have our moderators and our people who volunteered to help us, you know, keep the community together. But we're a small crew as far as production wise. It's just him and me right now. And we do our best to turn out the best content possible. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, if you posted every other day, I'd appreciate that. I'd appreciate that. But people need to see this story. We need to get it out there, and we need to let them know that we are the community that will break through. We are going to break through. We're not going to let them stop this. We're not going to let them stop us. And every time I see a new comment, and I still see comments that pretty much come in almost every day, not a lot, but, you know, on one video, on another video, it's all the same. Everyone is heavily impacted. So now that we've made it through the strike war, and now that we've made it through the, you know, we're going to destroy your channel and take down all. Yes, the photo was edited out. We did that to keep it from, you know, to keep them from attacking this channel. We did everything that we needed to do. And we're trying to make sure that we're doing that. We want to make sure that we don't have any snafus, because we don't want to give them an excuse to take this community down. Because if they had hit this channel the way they hit the Jaguar Wright show, this channel would be gone now. This algorithm would be dead. So yeah, let's just be grateful that we knew what we were doing and we played around with it. Unfortunately, it cost us Set in the West, and we had just gotten that channel to 10,000 subscribers. Actually, it was at 10,600. It was on its way to 11,000. And guys, like, for real, don't forget to subscribe to the backup channel. We're not done fighting. As it stands, we put in everything, you know. Y'all know Odell don't play about his paperwork, and he don't play about his business. So the way it's looking, I don't know, it's under review. I'm hoping they'll come back, but just in case they don't, just in case, let's make sure that we handling up, and we're all subscribing, and just in case. My bad. Please subscribe to Back Up Set in the West ASAP. And don't forget, our podcast is over there, you know, all up on Front Street. You know, there's going to be things there. So even once this channel gets to the monetize and we're able to have members, there's going to be great members only content there. There's going to, you guys know how we do. You ain't going to be getting it for nothing. You trust me. There's going to be something. There's going to be something popping off and going on there. So yeah, there we go. And we had the link for that. Uh-oh. Look at me. I done put it in the comment and I forgot to put the link in. You see what I'm saying? That's how long it's been. I've been out. I'm not modding like I, you know what I'm saying? Ain't modding like I used to. So there we go. Hopefully it's going to work. Is it coming up? Because if I, you know what, I'm not even gonna touch it because it's gonna throw the live off. But y'all see it, it's there. So that would be great, Nick. That would be great. Let's just keep sharing. But I promised Demore this community, her and Javon, I promised them this community was going to show and prove. And y'all know why this story means so much to me, because so many of the things that happened to them have happened to me, have happened to Odell. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. And you know, the both of us, we want to see them make it. Can we get 88 likes before we log off? 101, 11 minutes. And we been here. We here. I wasn't even planning on being here this long. But I also know, yes, justice for the Hadleys. Please don't forget that hashtag as well. And justice for them. Like, let's support all hashtags that will bring awareness. And, you know, salute to all the Barbs who have shared. Appreciate that. I hate the fact that the pop culture aspect of it all kind of took over and kind of overshadowed Demore's story. You know, it tamped down a little bit. Like we were finally starting to get it. We were finally starting to get it. Then the gag order came, and then the next thing you know, it became all about other things. And you know, I'm grateful that Ramir's story is finally getting the attention that it deserves, and it also needs. But Ramir's story is not the story that we're working. We're working the Demore Hadley story. We're working the Hadley, justice for the Hadleys. That's the story that we started out with, and that's what we're going to do. They need people that are going to work. Their voices have been taken away. With them being gagged, it's our job to make sure we're speaking for them. And they were so gracious to give us everything. I mean, they gave us all the evidence. They gave us everything. We have 80 million ways we can take all of this, put it together, recreate. You know, like, we're not done. Wait till you see the feature edition of all of this. It's gonna be. And Odell is just killing it. Like, he's killing it. And can you look into what for me? Oh, the feature's gonna be amazing. It's not gonna be here on YouTube. It's going to be somewhere else. I can't wait to tell y'all where. But when that happens, everything that we do here is going to impact it there. And whatever it does, where we are taking it to, it also has the ability to re-impact it here. You know, no matter where people go, they're not going to see the same thing twice. Everything is going to have a new, so we're yeah. Can you send info? Absolutely. You can send it right to the email that's attached to this channel, or you can drop a message over at Patreon. Yeah, not a problem. Are you talking about Juan Perez? Welcome, Rose. Welcome. Welcome to the right stuff. You a member. Hey. Yeah. Y'all know how we do. No, but Juan Perez is Demore's stepfather. You know, that's Desiree's husband. And that's one of Jay-Z's, you know, favorite old business partners. Like, there's a lot there. There's a whole lot there. And, oh, you talking about JFK Jr.? Yeah. I used to hang out with John John. He used to come and see us play at the wetlands before him and Kara passed away. Or at least that's what they told us. Yeah, Juan Perez is, yeah. They all a fool. They all wanted to be the fool, but, you know, nobody beats the Riz. I'm not, yes, everybody, welcome, Roselli. Welcome to the family. Yeah, I tore the wetlands up. I built my name. I built my name in New York. Man, I had lines wrapped all the way around Hudson and Lee. I had people walking all the way up from Hudson River, waiting in line just to get into the club. Man, yeah, I earned my stripes. Hey, everyone. Hope all in Jaguar and company are well. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, so I am not understanding half was talking about. Okay, yes, there's a lot to catch up on. And you can always go back and catch the replay. Get back in. All right. We need 52 more likes. 52 more likes so we can leave. Okay. Okay. 2 hours. We've been here 2 hours. This is not going to be a marathon. Even though I am thinking about doing a marathon live. I don't know if it'll be 12 hours. Because y'all remember, I did a 12.5 hour live once upon a time. And I'm thinking about doing that again. But it won't be for the same reasons, that's for sure. But I'm thinking about doing a marathon live and staying live until we get 100,000 subscribers and 1,000 members. I don't know. You was there for every hour of that one. I'm thinking about doing another one. I'm thinking about doing another marathon live, and the goal is to get 100,000 subscribers and 1,000 members, and we won't log off until we get it. Yeah, I did a 12.5 hour live, no lie. No lie. Like, everybody here on this channel knows that shit was epic. That shit was so epic. It was terrible, though, because I was being gaslit beyond belief. Guys, I still have the footage of stuff that I recorded from that day. Like, I went back, I didn't even realize how triggering it was. Like, it was like hella triggering. It was. We was dealing with a lot, and that was before we was going members only. The trolls was coming in. They was infiltrating. They had cloned wrenches. Like, it was attack from troll hell. It was out of control. And there was a lot that was going on. But you know what? We all learned a lot that day. I should do it on a holiday? Well, shoot, the next holiday we got coming up is Labor Day. That's the next holiday we got coming up. I don't know if I would go live all Labor Day. And that's also an interesting time for me because it's also Giovanni's anniversary. My eldest son, he would have been 32 this year. This year would have been his 32nd birthday. I was actually in labor on Labor Day in 1993. And this year also will be the first 7-year cycle of his ascension to his heavenly home. 7 years. I never thought I was going to make it through 7 years of him being gone. That's another part of the reason why I think I want so much for Ramir to get his closure because he deserves it. deserves it. He lost his mother, and his mother died arguing with a judge about his paternity being acknowledged accurately. And then for people to still try to keep making a liar out of his mom and her death. I wish absolution for him. And I wish vindication for his mother. I do. Ramir got his order, and the Jigga Man has until the 18th of this month, which I believe is this Friday, to get to answering that DNA sample. And if he don't do it, it don't matter if he do it or not. He the pappy. That's what the judge say. He the pappy. Whether he take the test or not, take the test. That's what I say. I've been saying that. In the case of the little baby, Ramir Satterway, you are the father, whether you take the test or not. Makes more sense to just take the test. But he's probably just going to sit up there and claim some kind of injustice and then have Alex Spiro get on NBC and do an interview of his official PowerPoint breakup with Ramir. Because you know that's what he's going to do. Listen to me. We do not know this young man. Here, Exhibit A. We don't sleep with minors. Exhibit B. That's what Spiro do. He do his PowerPoint. I wish he would point it to hell and follow it. You know, it's weird, but yeah. Oh yeah, the wheels on the bus are falling off, falling off, falling off. Yeah. You know, all hell is breaking loose. And people are staging robberies, allegedly, to take the sting out of reality, actually. I don't believe anybody stole anything one way or the other. I believe, in my opinion, if it was some stealing, it was an inside job and it was all done so people could stop paying attention to the fact that they are a hot wreck of a mess. And Rock Nation's downfall is right there. Right there over yonder. Sure is. And whether or not the Carters like it or not, Wanda is working very hard from where she's at, just like my son works very hard from where he's at to look over me and to protect me. Honey, they gonna dance that little child into anorexia or something. Like, for real, it's a mess. It's a mess. What they gonna do? What they gonna do? Bring Rumi out to do more hands across America? I can't. I can't. I can't. I have never seen people throw people under the bus to save face the way these people do. It's like a sickness with them. Like, it's a sickness. But hey, you know, go off. Do what you gotta do, I guess. But for real, like, just people need to learn to stop taking everything for granted. I haven't drank a cup of coffee in a few days. Like, I might have a cup of coffee like once a week now. Like, it's pretty much been like once, no more than twice a week. Yeah, like it's water. It's water. It's water. It's like it's no, but it's good though. It's really it's been really good, and I can't complain. Sometimes I get a little jazzy with my water, and I put some fruit or some cucumber in my water, or a piece of mint in my water with a little honey in my water. Yeah, the headaches, detox headaches is for real. All of that stuff is for real. Oh, we almost there. We're 28, 27 likes away from our goal. That would be great if we could get to the 500 so I can get some rest. Yeah, yeah. No, listen to me. I like my water. And that flat tummy water, it does work. You know, anything probiotic, it's good. It helps flush out, empty out your gut, the whole 9 yards. The judge on Ramirez's case has been threatened and bullied, and I don't think. Let me tell you something. That's what they like to do. They like to threaten. They like to bully. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Ain't nobody scared. When you walk with God, there's nothing to be afraid of. Ain't nobody scared of none of these people for any reason at all. And that's the sad part about it. They're used to dealing with people that are. They're used to dealing with people that are terrified. And what they need to do is tell the truth and shame the devil. You heard me? Shame the devil. So yeah. All right, we're getting there. We're getting close. We're getting close. We about 21 away, 21 away. Actually, no, 19. I'm counting in the wrong direction. 19 away, 19, 18 away. But yeah, no, I think I might do another marathon live. I don't know if I'm going to wait until Labor Day to do it, but it'll definitely be a weekend. Yeah, I might do a Saturday night into a Sunday night. Yeah, and so everybody can get some sleep and you know, get to their week. I might do that. I might do a Saturday night into Sunday night. I might go hard. But I am committed to get this channel to 100,000 subscribers and to 1,000 members. Because that's the kind of audience and that's the kind of membership crew that we need to be able to make sure that as we bring these stories forward, these very groundbreaking stories, that we're able as a community to break them ourselves. Like, we cannot depend on this construct at all. This entire YouTube is screwed. It is to all high heaven. And but the thing is, the search engine is the search engine, and the algorithms that we build inside of here are priceless. This is a worldwide search engine. So yeah, we got to go hard. We got to go hard. And that's why this channel is not just about me and about what I'm going through or about me and what I want. It's about what we can get done as a community, what we can make happen as a community. This is the community page. It's kind of like the hub. We have so many awesome moderators and other content creators that we deal with that have channels. Usually, often in our chat, you'll see us dropping links to all of the channels that we recommend you go subscribe to. Keep your truth algorithm tight. Unsubscribe from the foolishness, subscribe to the stuff that's good, and I promise you it will just bring more good things to your algorithm and when you get online. So this way you can tell when YouTube is pushing an agenda, because stuff will show up in your algorithm that ain't got no business in your algorithm, and then you know what they working on. Okay, like I said, anybody who's really trying to get the word out, anyone who's really trying to get the truth out, anyone who supports the Jag Nation, you know, message and what we believe in, justice and freedom and equality. You know, there is not one person here that is more important than the other. And that's what I love about this community that we built. And if you are a member and you are an aspiring content creator, you know, please stick in. Got to reach out to Auntie Leah to see if we're going to be doing that mod training course, because if so, I'm going to let you guys use our StreamYard. So what we'll do is we'll probably just get one of your destinations and add your destination to our StreamYard. So then this way you'll be able to, you know, do your own thing, so we can make it members only on my channel or whatever the case may be. Or I'll just set up a members only live and we bring everybody in one way or the other. We'll figure it out. No, trust me, everyone matters. Jag Nation, everyone matters. We could not do what we do without all of you. We couldn't get done what we get done without all of you. I gotta do my face exercises. You know, you gotta exercise all the muscles in your face. Usually smiling does it. Smiling is great facial exercise, but I exercise all of the muscles in my face because that's how you keep everything tight and taut. Like your face starts sinking in when you stop using the muscles in your face. And when you frown too much, you actually do more harm to the muscles in your face than when you smile. So I got to do my smiling exercises and all of that stuff before I go to bed. And bringing God's good message to the... Yes. Yes, yes. I should come to Florida and baptize at the beach. That sounds interesting. I'll never forget the last time I was down at the beach and I dipped in the water and said my prayers. I'll never forget one of my old channels that got exoed by Josh Ray, the maniac. I had actually went there during Black History Month and I sang to the tide, the Black National Anthem. Oh yay, we made it to 500 likes, thank God. So, yeah, I sang to the tides and everyone was sitting there. They were like, oh my God, look at Jag. She's singing to the ancestors as they roll in on the tide. And I hate that so many great memories that I had on those old channels were wiped away because of the evidence that was there of all of the crimes that were happening that apparently, you know, became an AI video that Noah Jacobs just decided to share with his almost 1.5 million subscriber platform. That's the one thing that I will say I hate about YouTube. Bad things travel faster than the good things. So yeah, yes, thank you for the 500 plus likes. Thank you to almost 500 people that were here. I'm glad that I stopped in for a quick story time, and I'm glad that we had this time together. And I got to figure out when I'm going to do this marathon live. It won't be the same, but it's going to be interesting, whatever it is, that I promise you. But yeah, we just going to stay live, and we're going to see if we can get 100,000 subscribers and 1,000 members. Yeah. Even if we got to go for 24 hours. That's as far as I'll go. I'll do 24 hours. But I'm going to have other people tap in just in case I need to take a nap. I'm going to be bringing people in. Yeah, it's going to be, yeah. I'm going to have to plan it. Y'all might want to have y'all memberships for that one because that's going to be a members only chat as well. Like, you know, that's what we do. We don't, when we open up the floodgate, it is very rare when we open up the floodgate and bring ye in all the tithes and the offerings from the weirdo house and let the weirdos come through. You know, we have open house every now and then. And when we do, it tires the mods out. And right now we only have Michael here with a wrench, and that would be totally unfair. Totally unfair. But yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Especially if I do it on StreamYard, because then I'll be able to let Auntie Leah come in. I'll be able to let Nick come in. I'll be able to let Michael come in if he wants to. Jay Mizak can come in. We're going to do it on the, we won't stop the yard if we do the marathon. Yeah. Because I want to be able to play music and all of that other stuff. But it will be members only. Make you no mistake about that. Oh, yes. A-E-I-O-U. Yes, yes, yes. Singing. You learn in the singing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, la. Yeah. Yeah. A-E-I-O-U. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All that. That's the one thing, getting over this sinus infection and quitting smoking. My lungs are shedding. So I'm really trying to make sure that I don't injure anything as it's you learning how to master the yard. That's good, because we're gonna stomp the yard. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a marathon live, and we're gonna get to that 100K 1,000 subscribers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe we might do a telethon style. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna put my thinking cap on, but that's gonna be a good one. It was Nick who noticed. Exactly. But see, that's the beautiful thing about here in Jaguar Country. We look out for one another. Jag Nation looks out for one another. And I'm glad that this is the channel where that happens, because there's so many channels where people like to make it all about them. And they're so freaking selfish, and they just want to hog up everything. And we're not like that around here. We want everybody to win. We want everyone to succeed. So, this being my 8th channel that I'm operating here on YouTube, the first one monetized. Can you believe that? 8th channel, first one monetized. First one. Jag Nation indeed. But that's what we do. We howl out. Salute to you. Salute to you. I'm going to tell you something right now. I was addicted to Percocets. OD'd and everything. Heart attack. I've even had a mini stroke in my life. Man, yeah. Now I know what it is, so I know what it's like to get rid of it. But for me, it's just, no smoking, no drinking. I'm not even smoking no weed, like nothing, like total detox. And just clearing it out, because we are going through spiritual warfare, and I need to be at my cleanest and my best. I need to be able to stay tapped into God, I'm not gonna, put anything on myself, whether or not I continue, I go back, or I stay here. I try to just put myself in a space where I do what I need to do when I need to do it, and I stay focused in that. And whatever it is, that's what it is. I think the hardest thing in the world for human beings to do is to learn how to stop judging yourself, because when you judge yourself, you create the possibility for failure. I think just accepting things and letting them be what they are and discovering yourself is always the smartest path. When you tell a kid not to touch a stove, the first thing they're going to do is touch a stove. So I'm not going to tell myself what I can't do or what I can't have. I'm just acknowledging the fact that right now, in this moment, in this time of my life, this is what I'm choosing. And my choice is my choice. I'm sure it's gonna feel good. I am. I'm sure. Look, I ain't arguing with you about none of this. I'm just, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing, one day at a time, and one hurdle at a time. I've learned my best to not exactly. Even if it's yourself, you can't even tell yourself what to do. You can make suggestions. But yeah, no, I just live in the choice. That's all. I just live in the choice. That's all. So, last words. This was fun. This was great. Um, New Blue Couch interview coming very soon. I don't think anybody's going to want to miss it. And I am going to be probably going live after those lives. So if anybody wants to have a little Q&A, we can have a little Q&A. We can talk about it, squabble up. Yeah, where are they now? Diddy Trolls Gone Wild will be happening tomorrow. It may be, for some of you, it may be Wednesday morning. So yeah, it will be happening tomorrow. Yeah, where are they now? It's funny. Where are they now? Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, got a little research going on, little this, little that, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So y'all don't want to miss that. Yeah, Gonzo, Cooter Monster, She Diddy, She Ready, or She Wasn't Ready. Yeah, it's gonna be hella interesting. All of these, Jamal T, Fakewood, and Paddington. Yeah, we getting into it. We getting into it. It's going down. But honestly, I wanted to get through that Blue Couch interview before I did anything else, because the truth is I knew we were going to be going over a lot. We were going to be talking about a lot. We were going to be covering a lot. And I wanted to give myself the emotional space to, be what I need to be in that space, so that I could be what I need to be. And get a whole motley crew, all of it. Yeah, ragtag, the peanut gang, yeah, Linus, Les's blanket, all of that, yeah. So, and Garfield. So yeah, yeah, old content and fake news. Yep. So yeah, Diddy said goodbye. But not to those oatmeal cream pies. I tell you, I wonder what commissary has been like for him. I heard he's been really, getting down on that mackerel. What's a little fish for a man with his proclivities? So, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Where are they now? Diddy Trolls Gone Wild. Yes, where are they now? So yeah, no, that's it. And yeah, I'm Jaguar Wright, and see y'all tomorrow. And please remember, stop lying and tell the truth.